Rogers inbounds for Kerr. There's a turnaround shot and another travel on Rogers. We're live from Bettendorf High School, folks. Sorry about the delay here. We've played just about 4 minutes of the first quarter, and the Muskies lead 6-2 over Bettendorf. In game one of the double dip tonight, the Bettendorf girls versus the Muskie girls. Susan Orvis' squad taking on the Bulldogs on their own. Kerr in the front court for the Muskies on the left wing, out for Paige Miller. Miller guarded out front by Ivory. Now it's Kerr. Kerr high atop on the left wing. Macy Rogers leads the Muskies with 4 points early on here. There's Paige Miller put on deck, and a ball stolen away by her Pelding down the floor for Bettendorf. She drives hard to the rim, lays it up and in. Good strong move by Gracer Pelding, and it's 6-4 Muskies.
Nice strong take there after that steal. Go coast to coast there for Pelding.
There's Rogers. She picks her dribble up, looks inside, swings it now for Miller. Miller top of the key, over for Eller. Eller high out on the left wing, out front for Miller. Miller gets into the lane. Nice bounce pass to Kerr, lays it up and in. Great feed from Miller to Kerr. The seniors working together, and it's 8-4 Muskies.
Yeah, good job by penetrating the defense there by Miller, and she found Kerr wide open underneath the hoop.
Hatch out front, feeds it into Wroblewski. She turns and shoots, no good, and the rebound by Hatch inside, and it's stolen away now by Rogers. Here comes the Muskies. Macy Rogers down the floor, pulls up at the block, turnaround shot on the way, no good, and a rebound cleared by Bettendorf by Bronson.
Yeah, Rogers is going to get that foul there.
First foul on Macy Rogers, and the first foul of the game.
And I think some of the fans a little bit earlier on thought there was a couple other fouls that should have been called, but
just a couple of turnovers too, as we're high atop. Sitting in the press box here at Bettendorf, way up in the left-hand corner of the gym. There's Ivory, baseline jumper, shot on the way good. She's tough, and it's 8-6 Muskies, her second basket.
Yeah, that pull-up jumper's tough to defend.
Laurel Brayton is checked into the Bettendorf lineup. There's Kerr. Muskies have yet to sub. There's Miller, top of the key. Page swings it over for Garcia. She feeds the cutter Kerr, and she loses it out of bounds. Turnover Muskies.
Yeah, it's a tough catch there for Kerr. And turnovers are what Coach Orvis really doesn't want to see. They plagued him a couple games ago, and they did on Saturday as well against City High.
Hatch now, she puts it in the corner. And now it's Wroblewski, shot on the way, no good. Rebound on the floor. Muskies didn't box out. Bettendorf gets her hands on it, but Kerr picks it up, and here come the Muskies in the front court. Tess Kerr, right wing, out front for Miller. Beautiful day.
Yeah.
Almost Christmas, and it's 50 degrees. It was this afternoon, folks. Do you believe it? There's Garcia driving to the right. Shot up and in. Alicia Garcia, and the Muskies go up 10-6. If you just joined us, the Muskies came into this game 3-6 overall, 2-5 in the MAC. Bettendorf 7-1 and 5-1 in the MAC. There's a travel, and it's on Hatch.
Yeah, on paper, I think this seemed like it would be maybe a lopsided affair, but the Muskies are playing really good basketball, and they've also had one of the toughest schedules in the state to start out this season.
Deja Woods checks in for Bettendorf, replacing Gracer Pelding, so it's Ivory, Woods, Hatch, Wroblewski, and Brayton. Down the floor comes Paige Miller. Over to Tess Kerr, left wing. Brian Musell, Joe Crossow here bringing you both games of the double dip. There's Garcia, swings it to the right corner for Eller. Now on top for Miller. Page being very patient. Muskies running their offense in the half court. Kerr now swings it over to Eller. She looks for the post, reverses it back out to Paige Miller. Clock under a minute here, 37 seconds and ticking here in the first quarter. The Muskies lead 10-6. There's a pass in, stolen away, and here come the Bulldogs. Hatch in the front court. Over for Woods. Woods feeds it inside for Brayton. Now out front. Wroblewski on the way. Good. Free throw line shot on the way. and it's 10-8 Muskies.
Really nice job on the down screen there from Bettendorf to free that jumper at the foul line.
Muskies will play for the last shot of the quarter, clock at 10 and ticking away. Miller, right wing. Bounces it in, ball slapped away as Kayla Schultz is checked in for the Muskies. Woods drives the lane, tries to feed it to Hatch instead of shooting it. It's airing out of bounds. We've played one. It's the Muskies 10, the Bulldogs 8. We're back at Bettendorf High School. 1 quarter in the books, and the Muskies lead the Bulldogs 10-8. Game 1 of the double dip. Joel Crossauer here with Brian Musell. I'm Brian. Joel's over there. And we're sitting high atop Bettendorf Gymnasium in the Uptown Motors broadcast booth. You missed it tonight, but Integrated Therapy Specialist PC always sponsors our pregame show, and at half, Hy-Vee will sponsor our halftime show. Rogers on the right wing bounces it over for Kerr, off her foot, out of bounds, but it'll be Muskie ball as it went off Bettendorf.
Bettendorf's hands are really active in their defense, and they've deflected several passes and created several turnovers already, too.
There's a pass in for Schultz. She bounces it into Rogers. Rogers in the lane, kicks it over. There's a 3 out of the corner. Zoe Long, air ball, no good. Or actually, Eller, sorry. Air ball, no good, and it's going to be Bettendorf basketball. 10-8, Muskies by 2. Hatch over to Repelding. She drives into the lane, over to Ivory. Ivory throws it into the post. Now it's back out to Ivory. She'll take a 3, following good. Good shot, good player, and it's 11-10 Bettendorf. Their first lead of the night. Emily Ivory, quite a shooter.
Yeah, she's confident, too.
Rogers for the Muskies. Out high for Eller. Reverses it over to Miller. Miller over to Kerr. Kerr drives in the lane. Runner on the way. Rolls no good off Bettendorf, I thought, but it's going to be Bulldog ball.
What?
Looked like there was nothing but their hands there, Joel.
There was nothing but white jersey who touched that, but I mean, we're far up in the rafters here, but I don't think we're that far up high.
It's the only basketball game I ever used binoculars at, folks.
It's like I feel right at home. I feel like I'm in a football press box up here.
There's her Pelding, left-handed runner, no good. Tap, no good. Rebound, out of bounds, and this one's going to go to Bettendorf, too. Wroblewski with being very active on the glass for Bettendorf. Outstanding 6'1", only a junior. Her Pelding will inbounds out front for Ivory. She spins, and there's a foul, and this one's going to go on Eller.
So just the second foul of the ball game.
That's the first foul on Kendra. The second on the Muskies. Bettendorf with no team fouls here, Joel, in the second quarter. There's a feed into Wroblewski. Shot on the way. No good. I think Garcia might have got a piece of that. And here come the Muskies. Kerr on the floor. In the corner for Eller. Back to Kerr. Now to Miller. Page goes into the elbow. Now she backs out. Crowd starting to fill in nicely. Beautiful night to get out and about. Watch double dip basketball here. There's Garcia spotting up a 3. Shot back iron, no good. Rebound cleared by her Pelding. And a foul on Rogers.
That'll be her second foul.
Second on Macy and the third on the Muskies. Kayla Schultz checks back into the Muskie lineup, replacing Alicia Garcia. So the Muskies have Schultz, Rogers, Eller, Miller, and Kerr. Bettendorf swings it over Brownson now. To Hatch. She's out there with Ivory Pelding and her Pelding. There's Ivory. She drives baseline. Runner on the way. Good. Ivory. Fine player she is. 13-10 Bulldogs as they've opened up the second quarter on a 5-0 run.
9 early points here by Ivory.
And they lead the Muskies 13-10. Ivory, of course, as Joel said, with 9, and there's a turnover on the Muskies.
Yeah, just really no rhythm to the Muskie offense right now.
Ivory pushes it in the front court. Her Pelding, she swings it in the corner for Hatch. She'll take a 3. Good. Aaron Hatch splashes a 3, and just like that, Susan Orvis wants a 30-second timeout. We're going to leave her right here. 5:30 to play in the first half, and the Muskies trail the Bulldogs 16-10.
Yeah, right now just the shooters starting to show up for Bettendorf, and defense needs to figure out where the rotations are, how they're going to react to the screens. There's a lot of screen action going on for Bettendorf right now. U Sports Foundation also bringing you Muskie basketball this winter. Although you mentioned it is warm, it's coming. Winter is coming. At least
it can wait. I know everybody wants a white Christmas.
I'm going into the Nordic tundra over
you're
the
gonna
weekend.
You're gonna see it.
Yeah, it's gonna be. They're getting like a foot of snow on Thursday. But
well, when are you leaving?
We're that's to be determined. Now,
yeah.
For sure, I still won't be here Friday.
Right.
But I will probably actually might stay in town and change our plans. But we'll see.
Muskie's inbounds, and here they go after the timeout. Paige Miller walks it up. Garcia's checked back into the Muskie lineup. There's Kerr. Now it's Eller on the left wing. Muskie's trying to get it into the post. Bettendorf doing a good job in her zone, rotating and covering it up. There's Miller. Bettendorf in a 3-2. There's Kerr with a long three right wing. No good rebound. Cleared by Hatch. And here comes Ivory. Ivory pushing tempo for the Dogs. Erpelding into the lane. Left-handed shot. Off her hand out of bounds. I think she was going to pass that and she lost it. Turnover, Bettendorf.
Some good defense there by Muscatine, but they've on a Bettendorf right now. I've got them on an 8-0 run.
So it's Labreski, Brownson, Ivory, Erpelding, and Hatch for the Bulldogs. Zoe Long just checks into the Muskie lineup. Long, Miller, Eller, Kerr, and Garcia for the Muskies. Now they're in man-to-man defense, and there's Eller on the left wing. Out front for Miller. Miller splits a double team, and she's fouled.
Whoa.
I think it's on Ivory.
Finally a foul.
First one of the night on the Dogs.
Erpelding, Robleski, and Hatch sounds like a law firm.
It's Allison Brownson. The first on the Bulldogs. The Muskies with 3 team fouls. 4:37 to play in the first half. It's Bettendorf 16, the Muskies 10. There's the inbounds pass. Kerr lays it up and in.
What a catch by Kerr.
Pass was a little high, but Tess Kerr is such a good athlete. She caught it and came down, laid it in.
6 points for Tess so far.
Tess has 6 and Rogers 4, I believe, for the Muskies. There's Hatch. Hatch in the paint. She double dribbles. It'll be Muskie ball.
Actually, I had those flipped. I think Macy's got 4, and Tess has. That's what I said.
You said it right.
I can't read my own writing.
Joel, you just got to relax.
I know. Just take a deep breath.
This is the fun part of the gig, right? Going to a basketball game. There's Kerr swinging it over for Eller. Eller on the left wing. You're worried about this big snowstorm.
Oh, not worried about it.
To Western Iowa, folks. Not trying to alarm anybody here in the Quad City area.
I'm worried about this equipment.
There's Kerr. There's the runner. Shot on the way. No good. Cleared. Erpelding comes out of there with it for the Bulldogs. Over half court she comes. Pounds a dribble down the left side. Runner on the way. No, and a foul. And I believe it's going to be on Garcia. That'll be the first on Alicia and the 4th on the Muskies.
Yeah, Garcia actually was there. That's something that she'll gain with experience. She plants her feet there. She probably draws the offensive foul, but she wasn't sure if she was going to try to block the shot or take the charge, and ended up getting called for the block. And those are feel things. Those are experience things as a freshman you just don't always know.
Erpelding's first free throw good. Second free throw makes a pair. And it's 18-12. Bettendorf matches her biggest lead of 6. Miller walks it over half court for the Muskies. On the right wing, tries to feed it inside to Garcia. She does. Shot on the way good. Alicia Garcia powers it up. The freshman on the board. It's 18-14 Bettendorf. Ivory feeds it in. Robleski, she drives the lane. Left-handed runner, no good. Tapped around. She gets her own rebound. And now she loses a dribble, and Miller comes out of there with it for the Muskies. Page pushes tempo in the front court. In the right corner now for Kerr. She'll take a long 3 right wing. Banks it in. You got to call glass on that. But we'll take it. 18-17 as the Muskies on a 5-0 run.
I don't know if I ever made a three-pointer that didn't involve the glass.
From straight on, right? Ivory on the right wing. There's a runner, shot on the way. No good. Rebound cleared by Zoe Long, and here come the Muskies. Zoe in the front court. Back for Paige Miller. Picks it up, swings it to Kerr. Back to Paige Miller as Coach Orvis calls out a set for the Muskies. High screen and roll with Garcia. Now Paige picks it up over to Kerr. Kerr picks her dribble up, back to Paige. 2:25 left in the first half. Bettendorf 18 and the Muskies 17. Game one of the double dip. There's Garcia cutting through the lane. She drives into the paint. Runner on the way. No good. Rebound cleared by Hatch, and here come the Dogs. In the front court now. Brownson feeds it over to Repelding. She gets it back to Hatch. Now they swing it. Brownson now goes baseline left. Shot no good. Rebound on the floor. Wroblewski shot on the way. No, and a foul. And this is going to go on Garcia. And that'll be her second. So Macy Rogers with 2 and Alicia Garcia with 2 for the Muskies. 15 foul on the Muskies.
Just a really persistent effort there by Wroblewski to keep getting her own rebound.
Free throw on the way, good high arcing, good looking stroke there. Kayla Schultz will check in now. 1:57 to play here in the first half. Bettendorf leads the Muskies 19-17.
Boss Pest Control. Don't squash them, bosh them. Bringing you Muskie girls, boys basketball.
Second free throw good. Wroblewski makes a pair. 20-17 Bettendorf. Muskies have Long, Miller, Schultz, Kerr, and Eller on the court. Zoe Long in the right wing. Way out high. Swings it to Miller, and now it's to Eller. Drexler is checked into the Bettendorf lineup. Miller out high now, looking for a cutter. Page swings it now in the reverse to Kerr. To Eller. And now to Zoe Long at the top, and now we've got a call.
So offensive foul.
Offensive foul.
It's like a clear out there by Tess Kerr is what they're calling.
16 foul on the Muskies, the first one on Tess Kerr.
Yeah, it looks like she was trying to screen through the lane. It looks like they called her for a clear out.
Ivory walks it up the floor. Emily Ivory, terrific player. Over to Hatch. Hatch drives out. She swings it back to Ivory. Ivory behind a back dribble. She's guarded by Eller. Back to Hatch. Now on the right side, they flip it to Drexler. Drexler bounces it. Wroblewski. She drives in the lane. She's caught. Good defense by Schultz. Now it's back to Wroblewski. She drives in the lane. Shot on the way. No good. Good defense. Kayla Schultz clears a rebound.
Good rebound.
And here come the Muskies. Just under 50 seconds to play in the first. Bettendorf leads 20-17. First half, that is. Eller on the right wing. Out front for Paige Miller.
Oh.
Miller into Schultz. Schultz turnaround shot on the way. Good. Kayla Schultz. Looks like an inadvertent elbow caught Hatch.
I didn't know if it was. I think it was almost like her shoulder. I think she just kept backing into position, and Hatch was there. And nose meet scapula on that one. My dad would be so proud. I just used a proper anatomy term.
I couldn't even spell that. I can't even pronounce it.
That's product of Boyd Harrison at Muscatine High School and having your dad be a physical therapist is what
20-19 Bulldogs. They're going to hold it for the last shot with 20 seconds left. Scapula. Interesting. You have to look that up. I'm going to Google that. Yeah.
Fact check me.
In the lane, nice reverse cut.
Traveled.
Didn't get the shot up. Wroblewski has it. Baseline 15-footer splash. Knocks it down. 3 seconds to go. Muskies won't get a shot off here. And we've played one half. It's Bettendorf 22 and the Muskies 19. Ivory and sets a screen, and that's going to be a foul.
They call that on Page?
They call it on Eller.
Oh, yeah.
Her second, and really it was kind of the handoff, and she walked into her. I'm not so sure that was a set pick, but I'm not the official. There's Repelding out high. First team foul on the Muskies, second on Eller. On high for Hatch. Hatch gets it to the elbow to Brownson. Now she flips it back over to Ivory. A long three, splash. Wow. Good-looking player, Emily Ivory. And it's 25-19 Bettendorf. That matches their biggest lead of 6. Miller in the front court for the Muskies. Over for Rogers, top of the key. Macy gets it to Tess Kerr. Kerr on the left wing. Back for Paige Miller. Now to Eller.
Good screen there by Kerr.
Garcia picks it up. Back to Rogers. Rogers now drives in on Repelding. Shot on the way, no, and a foul. And this is going to go on Repelding.
Macy, one of her greatest strengths is her ability to drive to the rim, and she draws a lot of fouls. She gets a lot of her points, at the free throw line. She's a very aggressive guard, and that was a nice example of that there.
Strong player is Rogers. She started as a freshman. This is her third year of varsity, and continuing to grow as a player every year. Going to be a force, certainly, throughout this season and next year as a senior. Second free throw by Macy is no good. Splits a pair. It's 25-20 Bettendorf. 6:58 to play in the third quarter. There's a three-ball right wing by Hatch. No good, cleared by Wrobleski. She kicks it back to her Pelding, and Bettendorf resets.
A good long offensive rebound there for Bettendorf.
Hatch out high. Dribbles to her right. Out front for Ivory. Ivory now drives into the gap. Runner on the way off the glass. No good. Rebound cleared by Paige Miller, and here come the Muskies. Paige pushes up. Sets, shoots a three. Top of the key. No good. Rebound cleared by Hatch. And here comes Bettendorf. Brownson in the front court. Shot on the way.
Charge.
No good, and an offensive foul. Paige Miller got over. Great position by Paige.
Nice defensive play. We were talking about outstanding players for Muscatine. I think we need to make sure we mention an alumnus who's playing outstanding basketball. Emily Clemens, 26 points last night in the Western Illinois victory over number 18 Stanford on the road. First ever top 25 win for WIU in program history. So big win for former Muskie and probably a Western Illinois Hall of Famer. Emily Clemens.
Shot no good by Garcia. Bettendorf clears down the floor. Pelding runner on the way. No good. Rebound Rogers. And for all those people out there that passed on Emily Clemens out of high school, shame on you. Western Illinois thrilled to have her, and she's been a star there. There's a shot. No good. Paige Miller misses it, but she's fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot two.
Really good drive there by Paige. Crossed over, got to her left hand, got on the hip, and really gave them no other choice but to foul.
Brownson with the foul. That's the third foul on Bettendorf. Brownson's picked up two quick ones here. Miller's free throw on the way. Good. Splash, bottom of the net for Paige. Paige on the season for the Muskies, 78% from the stripe.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of similarities to shooting free throws and putting.
Second free throw good. My son Jake was an outstanding free throw shooter, but he can't make a 5-foot putt. There's Wrobleski, a nice pass ahead. And she lays it up and in as they beat the defense down. 27-22 Bettendorf with 5.5 to play in the third. Kerr on the left wing. Now it's Kerr. Bettendorf switches out of their zone now. Man defense, and it's Paige Miller at top, now to Rogers. Rogers tries to take her off the dribble, flips it to Eller, and now back to Miller.
Good motion there. Just nice defense by Bettendorf, switching on the screens and getting through everything.
Muskie's being very patient, looking for a good shot, trying to find a cutter. There's Miller, guarded by Ivory. Ivory, a terrific athlete. So is Paige Miller. And there's a ball out high. Hatch now guarding Kerr. Tess Kerr gets it back to Paige Miller.
The Ivory-Miller matchup has been fun to watch so far.
Eller holds it way out high to Rogers, top of the key. Macy puts on the deck, drives the lane, left-handed shot, no, and a foul on her Pelding. Muskie's doing a good job getting in the paint and drawing fouls. That's a 14 foul on Bettendorf. They only had one at the half.
And again, Rogers using both hands, that time getting to the rim with the left hand, driving. She's having that ability. That's something she's really grown on, since her freshman year. And she just continues to develop the strength of dribbling with both hands.
Schultz checks in for Garcia. First free throw by Rogers is good. The Muskies have cut this to 4, and now 3 as Macy hits a pair. 27-24 Bettendorf, 4.5 to play here in the third quarter. Ivory feeds it into Wrobleski. She drives baseline, reverse layup, nice. Good. Nice drive on Schultz.
Really nice play there by Wrobleski.
And it's 29-24. Miller to Rogers, back to Miller, over to Tess Kerr, back to Miller. Play catch with it on high. Now Eller has it.
Uptown Motors, voted best used car dealer in Muscatine 8 years running. Proud supporters of Muskie basketball.
Miller guarded. Now she flips it into Schultz. Turn around in the paint. Good. Kayla
Nice.
Schultz with her second basket. Giving the Muskies great minutes off the bench. 3:46 to play in the third, and it's 29-26 Bulldogs. There's Ivory driving the lane. Shot it away. No good. Rebound Kerr. And here come the Muskies. Miller, there's a ball stolen by Ivory. Down the floor, Emily Ivory. Shot on the way. Good.
A timeout. Full
Timeout Bettendorf. And the Muskies, if they can get in the bonus here, either late in the third or early in the fourth, and slow this thing down and make it a free throw contest, they're going to hang around the whole time.
And the lack of, like, I'm not seeing really a Bettendorf student section who's making a lot of noise. I mean, so you don't have that extra, sixth man here. So might as well just keep shooting your way back into it if you're Muscatine.
Miller walks it up for the Muskies out of the timeout. Swings it for Rogers. Bettendorf now goes back to a 3-2 zone, it looks like. Now it's Miller. Muskies switch up their offense. Garcia checks back into the lineup for Kerr. Miller out high. Page tries to throw it over. Ivory with great hustle to steal it, but she stepped out of bounds. Boy, great hustle by Emily Ivory.
So Muscatine gets a chance here to set up some more offense.
Muskies inbounds now. Paige Miller pounds a dribble out high. Bettendorf really extending the wings on that zone. Miller now gets it over. Rogers for three. Left wing. Good. Macy Rogers buries a three. And the Muskies cut it to 2.
Big shot there. Had the open look and didn't hesitate and drained it.
Brayton's checked back in for Bettendorf. There's Hatch driving in. Or Pelding puts it on the deck. Back to Hatch. She takes a baseline 17-footer. Good. Nice shot by Aaron Hatch. And it's 33-29 Bulldogs with 2:20 to play here in the third.
Bettendorf, everyone on the floor can hit those 17-footers and further. So makes it a tough matchup.
There's Rogers. Rogers
Good screen.
over to Eller. Back to Rogers. Macy goes baseline. Strong against Wrobleski, and she's fouled on the floor. And I believe it's going to go on number 40 that time, and that's Laurel Brayton.
Macy Rogers has almost single-handedly earned the bonus here for Muscatine in the second half. I think she's had 4 drives and she's drawn 4 fouls.
That's what I mean. She's measuring them up, and she's getting to the rim. You're right. She's single-handedly going to put them in a bonus. There's Macy with a step-back 3, but it's long, and a rebound cleared by Erpelding. Here comes Bettendorf. Erpelding pushes the tempo. Shot up, no good. Rebound Rogers. And the Muskies recover. One and done. Paige Miller down the front court. Ahead for Rogers. Crossover dribble. Back to Miller. Miller back to Rogers now out front for Eller. Good ball movement by the Muskies in the half court. Macy over to Eller. Now to Miller. Schultz working on position. They overshoot it, and it's stolen away by Brayton, and here comes Erpelding.
Good weak side defense by Brayton there.
Minute 15 left in the third. Bettendorf by 4. Game 1 of the double dip. Wrobleski in the lane. Nice up and under shot. Good. Great post move by Kylie Wrobleski. And it's 35-29. Bettendorf back up by 6.
Good travel.
Turnover on the Muskies. And now Deja Woods checks in for Bettendorf.
Affordable Metal Manufacturing and Vision Center PC, along with Hy-Vee Food Store, bringing you Muskie boys and girls basketball this winter.
Ivory brings it over half court. In the corner for Erpelding. She drives a lane. Runner on the way, no good. Tapped out of bounds. It was saved actually by Kerr, but Bettendorf recovers. Woods down the lane, and we got a foul, and I believe it's either on Miller or Rogers.
Looks like they're going to call it on Paige. I think she thought she got all ball. And from my vantage point, I actually agree with her.
Fouls on Paige, her first and the second on the Muskies. Bettendorf 5 fouls in the second half, Muskies 2. There's a shot blocked by Kerr. Hatch got it on the inbounds, and Kerr rejected it. Miller down the floor for the Muskies. Over to Kerr.
Missed an opportunity there with Schultz wide open.
Now they swing it to Rogers. Rogers on the right wing, back for Page. Miller at the elbow. Over to Kerr. Kerr back to Rogers. She drives in the lane. There's a foul on Woods. Macy Rogers is, told you, almost going to get to the bonus here at the end of the third. 6-team foul on Bettendorf, the first on Woods.
That's a tremendous job by her, because if you can start getting opportunities to the free throw line for the whole fourth quarter, I mean, that really, really increases your odds.
You just got to keep attacking. There's a pass into Schultz in the paint. Turn around, no good, and a rebound cleared by Hatch. Bettendorf's got to go here. Clock at 3. Woods down the floor. Shot on the way, no, but a foul on Paige Miller with 1 second. And Woods, Deaja Woods will go to the line to shoot 2.
So that's the second foul on Miller. You always hate to get that foul there here at the end of a quarter.
Free throw on the way by Woods is good. 37% on the season, next on the first. Second free throw by Woods is no good. Rebound cleared by the Muskies. We've played in the book, and Bettendorf leads the Muskies 36-29. Muskies trailed 22-19 at the half. Bettendorf stretched it out to a 7-point lead here. Paige Miller out high. Bettendorf standing in that 3-2 zone that's been most effective for him.
Yeah, it's limited Muscatine's opportunities. But
Get it to Roger. Macy was going to get to the rim again that time, but she traveled.
First
and it's Bettendorf. Paul, go ahead, Joel.
First National Bank of Muscatine proudly supporting Muskie Athletics.
Ivory walks it up, or Pelding now on the right wing. Out high for Brownson, who's checked back in. Not a Hatch for Ivory. Muskie's got to turn the pressure up a little bit here, and there's a foul on the shot. Ivory drove, and Rogers picked up the foul, and I think that's 3 on Macy, and the 4th-team foul on the Muskies. So Emily Ivory will go to the line to shoot 2.
Really limited her offensive opportunities so far this second half.
Joel, her free throw percentage in the year is 100%.
Last time I checked, you can't get any better than that.
Now, she's only shot, 8 coming into this, but 100% is good. She just knocked that one down. And her second free throw is good.
We tried to give the jinx, but we couldn't do it.
Tried to. Didn't work. 38-29 Bulldogs. They lead by 9. 7:20 to play here in this contest. Boys game to follow.
These students all taking their final exams this week as well, so a busy week for these student athletes.
Paige Miller picks her dribble up over for Eller. Eller baseline for Garcia, who's back in the game. Now it's back out high for Miller to Zoe Long, who's checked in on the left wing. And there's a ball slapped out of bounds by her Pelding. Good hands by her Pelding.
Yeah, Muscatine really trying to, they're being forced with the zone to just kind of work the ball around the perimeter. And that's not where they've been successful this game. They've been able to get the ball into the paint and to either convert on some short buckets or draw a foul.
Paige Miller out high, bounce at the elbow for Kerr. Kerr drives in, and there's a travel. It'll be Bettendorf basketball.
Yeah, if we go back and watch this on the replay, you'll see Tess had a open Garcia there in the short corner. May have been a good spot to drop that ball off and give her a chance at that open jumper.
There's Hatch. Out front for Ivory. High post pass to her Pelding. Gives it to Ivory. She goes one-on-one with Miller and misses the shot. Good defense by Page, and here comes Tess Kerr. Tess Kerr in the front court. Swings it to Eller. Now it's to Paige Miller. 3 top of the key. Good. Paige Miller buries a 3. And the Muskies cut it to 6, 38-32 with 6:10 left to play.
Nice ball movement. Open look there for Paige, and she knocks her down.
Ivory out front for her Pelding. She drives to the elbow. Ball tapped off of Kerr and out of bounds. Be Bettendorf basketball.
Good hand there by the Muskie defense. Get that deflection.
Tess Kerr, terrific athlete, long athlete. Gets her hands on a lot of passes. Her Pelding over half court. Now she gets it to Bronson. Hatch now at the elbow, bounces it back to Ivory. Ivory with a long three, no good. Rebound cleared that time by Paige Miller. In the front court now for Kerr. Kerr to Miller. Out high for Zoe Long. Now Zoe Long in the right wing. She'll step into a long three, back iron, no good. And the rebound cleared by her Pelding. Here comes Bettendorf. Hatch. High post for Robleski. She puts it on the deck on Garcia. Drives the lane, shot up and in, and a foul. Good drive by the junior, Kylie Robleski.
Yeah, good, strong left-handed finish. Just about as you couldn't have drawn it up any better there for Bettendorf. It's these individual efforts, that ability to drive to the rim like Macy Rogers has done for Muscatine, just giving that opportunity for a three-point play here.
Fouls on Tess Kerr. It's a 15 foul on the Muskies. Muskies had 16 fouls on Bettendorf. At the end of the third quarter, they've played 3 minutes here in the fourth, not to get a foul on the Dogs yet. Free throw by Robleski, no good, but it's 40-32 Dogs by 8, their biggest lead of the night.
Nice box out there by Macy Rogers. And this change to this 3-2 zone has limited Muscatine's ability to drive and draw those fouls.
There's Miller out front. Over to Long. Now they go baseline to Garcia. Paige Miller. She dips in. Now over to Long. Feeds it into Garcia. Alicia back to Miller. Miller over to Eller. Muskie's playing catch on the perimeter. Macy Rogers working hard inside, wanting the ball.
Yeah, this is exactly what the Bettendorf defense wants to do.
There's Garcia, and she walks, but she's fouled. They called the foul. So the Muskies will go to the line to shoot one on the bonus here.
Yeah, I guess I was just watching her feed. It looks like she may have been grabbed at the wrist up top. So
Garcia 71% on the season. Came into tonight averaging 11 points a game as a freshman. Outstanding, and Alicia's free throws up and in.
All Seasons Glass for all your auto glass door and window repair needs.
Second free throw by Garcia is good. She makes a pair. 4:25 left in this one. It's 40-34, Bettendorf by 6. Ivory brings it over half court for her Pelding. She gets it to the high post to Hatch. Back to her Pelding. She drives the lane. Now she kicks it Brownson for a three left wing. No good, and rebound cleared by Rogers.
Muscatine really trying to push the pace here a little bit.
Long feeds it for Garcia. There's a ball slapped out of bounds. It'll be Muskie ball.
See, got the ball in the short corner, gave some options as to where to go, and created a set play opportunity.
There's a pass fed into Rogers. She shot on the way, no, and a foul on her Pelding. Macy Rogers can get there if they get her the ball, and she's drawn at least 5 fouls here in the second half, and she'll go to the line to shoot 1-on-1, or it's just a 2-shot, Joel.
I think she's going to shoot 2 because she was going up for a shot. 2
shots for Macy Rogers. 59% of the year. First free throw is good.
She shoots a lot of them, too. She gets to the line a lot.
Second free throw by Rogers is good. She makes a pair. And it's 40-36. Muskies have cut it. We got a full timeout. We're stepping away for 30. Listen to Muskie Girls Basketball on KWPC 860 AM and 95.1. We are back at Bettendorf High School. 3:55 left. Best I can see through the basket hanging above the scoreboard. The Muskies trail Bettendorf 40-36 in game one of our double dip. The Muskies led 10-8 after one. They trailed 22-19 at the half and 36-29 after three. So they've outscored Bettendorf 7-4 here to start the fourth quarter, and the advantage they have right now is they're getting to the foul line on every shot, and that's paying dividends right now. Defensive stop here and another basket, and we got ourselves a heck of a game.
Yeah, Muscatine, where they've had dry spells on offense, their defense has kept them at least close, and that's been important.
Brownson out high, bounces it for Pelding at the top of the key. She gets it to Ivory. Step back three in the corner. No good. Rebound cleared by Bettendorf as they got it off. Wrobleski got that one. Ivory to Wrobleski. She's in the paint. Left-handed shot good. Wrobleski caused all of that. She got the offensive rebound, and she got rewarded with the basket. 42-36, Bettendorf back by 6.
It's amazing how many times that happens. The basketball universe just rewards those who get that hustle, the offensive rebound.
Rogers gets in the gap. Nice up and under, lays it up.
Wow.
No, missed the bunny, but a great move.
Good rebound.
And there's a travel on Eller. Got the rebound, but lost her feet, so she traveled. But good effort by the Muskies on that. Good look on the offensive end.
And I've been paying a lot more attention to Ivory as we haven't called her name as much in the second half. Kendra Eller has come in and played dynamite defense on her throughout this whole half.
Hatch on the left wing. To the top to her Pelding. They run this play all the time. They rub off that high post screen. There's Hatch. Shot on the way. Good. Nice drive by Aaron Hatch. And just like that, out of the timeout, it's 44-36 Bettendorf.
Yeah, it's starting to get into crunch time here for the Muskies, needing to improve their conversion percentage in their offensive possessions.
Rogers out high. Bettendorf still in that 3-2 zone. Now they swing it over to Miller on the right wing. Page dribbles once. Cross-court pass now for Eller, now to Rogers. Now to Kerr. Kerr looks at a long three, left wing, back iron, no good, and the rebound cleared by Wrobleski, and here come the Bulldogs. 2:15 left in the game. Bettendorf by 8. Her Pelding to Hatch. Now they feed her Pelding. Shot on the way good. Nice give and go.
Yeah, really nice play.
And it's her biggest lead of the night, 10, 46-36.
Looks like we're just under a couple minutes, 2 minutes to play.
Paige Miller feeds it to Kerr. Kerr in the corner. Back to Miller. Muskie's got to go here. Swing it to Eller, now to Garcia. Garcia goes baseline. And there's a ball deflected out of bounds by her Pelding. Muskie ball.
Yeah, Muscatine really trying to get the ball back inside where they've had some success, and just Bettendorf having none of it.
Miller looking inbounds. She does. She gets it to Rogers. Rogers drives in the lane. Runner on the way. No good rebound. Wrobleski. And here comes Bettendorf. They'll walk it up patiently as Ivory as the clock's ticking away at a minute and a half left. They lead by 10. Stay tuned after the game for the Godfather's Pizza Westside Store post-game show. And we'll name our CBI Bank and Trust Player of the Game. There's her Pelding. Bounces it for Hatch. Now to Ivory. Cross court now for Brownson. Not a Hatch. She dribbles through the zone, or the pressure. Muskies run a double team now, and they do foul. And it's either on Miller or Kerr, but that'll be the
Miller.
6th on the Muskies with 54 seconds. That's a 3rd on Tess. Ivory gets it now in the corner, feeds Wrobleski. In the paint, shot on the way, no good. Rebound, tap cleared by Bettendorf. Brownson with great hustle. Out front now they feed it in. Brownson had a great pass to her, wasn't ready for it, and she lost control, and here come the Muskies. There's a 3, Rogers top of the key. Good. Nice. Macy Rogers buries a 3 with 32 seconds left, 33, and it's 46-39. We're going to leave it right here. 46-39. Muskies cut it to 7.
Yeah, big bucket there by Macy to get that 3 to go down. Now try to maybe get a steal here on the out-of-bounds play. If you're a magician, draw a charge or something before there's even any time running off the clock. Or either way, big defensive possession here for Muscatine.
Big possession. If they don't get a steal on the inbounds, a foul immediately put Bettendorf to the line to shoot their one-on-one and take their chances. And then you got to convert right away. If you do, you keep fouling. If you don't, you probably just let the clock go.
KWPC, AM 860, FM 95.1.
Muskie's come out now. Avery Eagle has checked in for the first time. So it's Eagle and Garcia, Rogers, Miller, and Eller for the Muskies. Wroblewski, Hatch, Ivory or Pelding, and Brownson the starting five for Bettendorf. Muskie's in full court pressure. Hatch brings it up over half court. Muskies don't foul. They get it back to Ivory. And she's dribbling it out. Clock under 20 now. And Hatch has it out front. Swings it for Brownson. And they tried to foul her. And now they're trying to foul. But a little late now with 11 seconds to go. Looked for the foul immediately after the inbounds pass. But they didn't give it. So Hatch will go to the line to shoot 1-and-1.
This is hopefully she'll miss the front end here for Muscatine and get a rebound. And
Aaron Hatch 74% on the season.
Muscatine Lumber, Muscatine's only locally owned and operated lumber yard.
Free throw good by Hatch.
And La Marilia Mexican Restaurant, home of the Taco Don Julio, bringing you Muskie basketball.
Second free throw good. Hatch makes them both. 48-39. Bettendorf by 9. Clock at 7 and ticking. Runner on the way. No good by Miller. Laid it back up and in by Garcia. And that'll do it. The final score here in game one. Bettendorf 48 and the Muscatine Muskies 41.